Okay, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Columbus Common Council public hearing meeting. Could we have and welcome to those that are also watching on cable channel. So could we have a roll call, please?
Finkler. Here. Hammer.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Motive.
Present.
Reed.
Here.
Rilke. Here. Rostad.
Here.
Acknowledge this meeting was posted and noticed according to law.
And we are here for the public hearing on the proposed 2025 budget for the city of Columbus. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak or has a question? Mr. Crombie.
Oh, I signed up because I felt somebody should speak.
Turn your mic on.
Kelly Crombie. Just wanted to, I'm not here to speak in favor or against any budget, but more just appreciation for the council and the mayor and the staff and getting to this point. I think, during my 4 years, not 4 terms as mayor, I think, now having been on the other side of the table as the administrator, I think the biggest thing I realized is how much work goes into a budget that maybe I didn't realize in the past. And so just wanted to thank everyone for getting to this point. And also just keep thinking about the stormwater utility. I think that's something, you look at the increase this year and just the sustainability of city functions moving forward, and that should probably be a utility type function. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that would like to speak? Seeing none, I would then close the public hearing. With that, I would need a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
Move to adjourn.
Second. Okay, motion by Finkler, second by Rosted to adjourn the public hearing. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned from the public hearing. Then we will move on to the,
6:35.
oh, we do. Yep, we do. Thank you.
All right, well, we can just note that there's some corrections on it, but they're minor.
This is the correct.
Yeah.
Instead of changing anything, it's just you're gonna have to advertise the website, just insert a column.
All right.
You didn't get any blown at you from Faith Lutheran? All those trees in the back?
Yeah, we do get some.
Yeah.
Mayor Hammer.
Dave bags, just
Call the Common Council meeting to order at 6:35 p.m. Members present.
Okay.
And we were, by the end of the week in our area, we were the only ones that had anything left.
Oops.
All right, welcome everybody this evening to Columbus Common Council regular meeting of Tuesday, October 29th of 2024, and welcome also to those that are watching on our cable channel. And with that, I would look for a roll call, please.
Finkler. Here. Hammer.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Motive. Present. Reed.
Here.
Relke. Here. Rostad.
Here. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge this meeting was also posted and noticed according to law.
Thank you. And I would look for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Alder Rolke will move to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Motif to approve tonight's agenda. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda approved. Anybody signed up for public comment? Okay. And with that, and then would look for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda, which includes the council and committee of the whole minutes of October 15th of 2024.
So move.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Rosted and second by Alder Finkler to approve tonight's consent agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda approved. On to new business, and that would be to consider and take action on Resolution 9-24 for 2025 budget adoption and approval of the tax levy for the City of Columbus and the tax incremental districts.
Alder Rolke will move to approve Resolution 9-24, a resolution for 2025 budget adoption and approval of tax levy for the City of Columbus and tax incremental districts.
Motive will second.
Okay, motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Motif to approve Resolution number 9-24. Any further?
I just want to note that there was a corrected copy of the resolution passed out to the council. Of note, in the now therefore be it resolved section of the resolution, the total amount should read $4,136,660. It was incorrect in the version that's in the packet and published online.
Any other discussion? Alder Rosta?
On page 26 for the cemetery contracted labor, I'm assuming they're the only one that put in a bid?
Yes.
Do we have to accept? Can we go out for more, or?
You don't have to accept. You can go out again. Picking this up midstream, I don't know why the reason we only got one. You noted on a number of them, we only got one. The adage is that when the economy and things are going well, government tends to get fewer bids, and when things are tougher, we tend to, just historically, have tended to receive more. That's really true in forestry work right now. There's so much forestry work, it's really hard to get bids in that area. I don't know if landscaping is similar or not, but I know in my time in Middleton, we rarely got more than one bid on anything related to forestry work.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay. Hearing none, then I would like a roll call on this, please.
Motive.
Aye.
Relke.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Finkler. Aye. Reed. Aye. Rostad.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 3 on the agenda is Resolution -10 or 10-24 a resolution providing for the sale of approximately $4,990,000 general obligation promissory notes, Series 2024A.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 10-24, providing for the sale of approximately $4,990,000 general obligation promissory notes, Series 2024A.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted to approve resolution number 10-24. Any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, I'd like a roll call on that also.
Finkler. Aye. Reed. Aye. Rostad.
Aye.
Roelke.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Motive. Aye. Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 4 under new business is to consider and take action on the disposal of the 2012 Chevy Volt, discussed at October 15th council meeting. This would then be sold on Wisconsin surplus auction.
Alder Lawson will move to dispose the Chevy Volt via surplus auction.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Lawson, second by Alder Rosted to approve disposal of the 2012 Chevy Volt. Any further discussion on this item?
Just to confirm, this is not usable by any other department because it has costly repairs, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
I just think what I've heard from staff is there's no one wants to use it.
Okay.
It does hold a charge. We've had it out. You'll note it's now out in the parking lot at City Hall. But as staff has discussed this, no one's shown any interest in wanting to utilize this vehicle.
Okay.
Any other discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next would be item number 5, and that would be to consider and take action on the certified survey map, CSM, for Prairie Ridge Hospital, as was discussed at the October 15th meeting.
Alder Finkler will move to approve the certified survey map for Prairie Ridge Hospital.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Lawson to approve the CSM for Prairie Ridge Hospital. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. On to item number 6, which is to consider and take action on request for proposal for the specific piece of building inspection services. Again, as was discussed at the COW at October 15th.
I'll move to approve the request for proposal, building inspection services.
Second.
Okay, motion from Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted to approve the request for proposal for building services inspection, or building inspection services. Any further discussion on this item? Alder Lawson?
Yeah, I remember discussing this and asking for something to be added that if the minimum requirements of the RFP weren't met, then we would not consider that proposal, and I don't know if it was added. I'm just not seeing it maybe.
I think does the last paragraph cover that on page 9?
Page 9.
I know Mike made some revisions. Yeah, the last paragraph on page 9 says, "The City of Columbus reserves the right to reject any and all submittals, waive any irregularities, reissue all or part of this request for proposals, and not award any contract, all at its discretion and without penalty." Sounds like you might have wrote it.
I did not, but I could.
All the rest of it?
The only other question I have is, maybe I missed it, nowhere in here does it say that we request like in-person inspections. Do we have to spell that out?
I don't think that needs to be part of your RFP. That'll certainly be part of your interview process, I would
Okay,
think.
okay, perfect, thank you.
I did have one comment, Mayor.
Yes.
On page 2 and page 8 of the request, it references both noon and 5 p.m. for the return date. And
Oh,
just pick one.
okay. 5 p.m.? Good with everybody?
When's the 11th? Is it a Friday?
Yes, it is.
It's a Friday?
Yeah.
That's gotta be for, if it's in person.
The November 11th isn't a Friday.
No, that's
Yeah.
just when it's the proposals have to be.
4:30, right.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend that this be approved and allow Mike to edit this, because this is not going to give enough time for response either. He's
Okay.
going to have to adjust this date and time before this is sent out. And as long as you're comfortable with that direction to Mike, most of you know he's on vacation this week, and so he isn't back in the office until the 4th. He's going to have to give them at least a few weeks to, respond to this.
Okay.
So are you asking
So
for us
I'll
to
amend.
give that approval now with him making the changes at a later
Yeah.
time?
Yes, please.
Well, before amending, I was just wondering if we could follow Rasted's comment and add in a little blurb of preference for in-person inspections, because that was one of the huge issues, the whole reason that we're, looking and trying to see what's out there. So I would like to, from the ground up, have that idea noticed.
So I'll amend my motion to approve the request for proposal for building inspection services with the updates to the proposals received by to fall within open business hours and allow the proposers 3 weeks' time, roughly, and also to update the proposal to include in-person inspections. Well, this is the amendment.
It's an amended, so.
I'd give the one that's seconded the option to second the amended.
Read seconds?
So you have the information that she had said? Okay. All right. So motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Reed on the amended. So any other further discussion on that? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right. Then next would be to consider and take action on regarding the termination of the current building inspection contract with Safe Built, as again was what was discussed, so.
Alder Finkler moves to terminate the building inspection contract with Safe Build.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted to terminate the current building inspection services with Safe Built. Any further discussion? Michael?
Do we need a specific date, or can that be linked to the effective date of a result of the new bid?
This is really to allow Mike to notice them per our contract so that it doesn't renew for 2025. So that's effectively what you're doing, is directing Mike to notice Safe Built of the city's intention to terminate the contract within the existing contract terms.
Right, because it requires, what is it, like 30 or 60-day notice, something like that?
Do I need to
Yeah.
amend my motion?
No. And they may end up or sending in a proposal too, so. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next would then be to consider and take action on the ordering of the 2025 police squad car in the amount of $45,389.50.
Alder Rolke will move to approve the ordering of a 2025 police squad car in the amount of $45,389.50.
Reed seconds.
Okay. Motion by Alder Rolke, second by Alder Reed to approve the purchase of the 2025 police car. Any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Rostad,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Motive,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Relke,
Aye.
Finkler. Aye. Ayes have it.
Okay, thank you. And then next would be to consider and take action on the claims in the amount of $277,566.17.
Alder Motive will make a motion to approve the claims in the amount of $277,566.17.
Second.
Motion by Alder Motive, second by Alder Rosted to pay the claims. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Relke,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Motive,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Finkler. Aye. Rostad.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, report of city officers. Matt?
Just briefly, I'm going to ask Susan in a little bit to talk about the election coming up next week. Before getting into that, I just want to thank community, everyone involved with Halloween-related activities, first time participating as a resident of the community. Family enjoyed the trip to the fire station and all the festivities. I want to thank Amy Jo and her staff with the Recreation Department for all of their activities, bonfire over the weekend. I know there's a movie planned tomorrow night that I'm going to guess will be moved inside based on the weather forecast, but it has officially, okay, good to know. I know there's more activities going on, but really happy to see all the activity level, the kind of the excitement of people out and about in the neighborhoods over the weekend was great as well. So outside of that, I'm going to turn over to Susan to talk a little bit about the upcoming election.
Thank you. So to date, we have issued 1,313 absentees. Most of them have been returned or voted in person. We are going to continue to have in-person absentee voting hours tomorrow and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. here in council chambers, and again on Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For our residents. It has been a huge, huge turnout. We've averaged about 145 voters per day coming in to vote in person. So that's been very successful and no issues. Also, I would like to draw your attention to the map on the screen. So I've been working with Matt and with Police Department and DPW, and we feel like we have come together on a very user-friendly parking program and entrance program for the community center for voting next Tuesday. So as you'll see, we'll have a barricaded off entrance area that's going to be wide enough for to be handicap accessible from the front, from North Dickinson Boulevard, and then parking is only going to be allowed on the back part of the lot by the green behind the recreation offices for handicap. It will be marked as such. We will have
election inspectors working in the parking lot to help with traffic flow. Cars will come in from North Dixon Boulevard to park. They have to have a tag or plates on their, visible on their car. And then, once they are done voting, they will drive out behind City Hall and out towards James Street, just to keep the traffic going one direction, to lessen any chance of accidents or, and just to keep it in a more timely fashion. Voter entrance will be on the side of the building, as always, and the majority of the people will be lining up on North Dickinson and walking in towards the side of the building, except for the people that are parking in the handicap. And I just would like to ask very nicely ahead of time that people just be very observant if there is someone that is having walking issues or has parked back there, to, to do the you go, I go, you go, I go type of entrance into the side of the building. It shouldn't be overwhelming for people, but I just think it would be a very kind thing to do. And the parking in front directly between City Hall and the community center, the red marks, there's 5 additional handicap parking spots, and then 2 for curbside voting. Curbside voting, we had some confusion on that last time, and hopefully people are watching tonight and I can kind of explain that. Curbside voting is if you do not feel well, or you physically, like your leg is in a cast, but you were able to drive there, or somebody has driven you there and you just cannot get into the building. You call the number that is on the sign at those 2 spots. It rings inside the community center to one of our personal phones, and then we will send out 2 special voting deputies to your car with your ballot. You are able to vote. You do not need to sign the poll book. It is signed as exempt. This is a law, so we're doing it by the book. If anybody has any further questions on it, they can contact me. But it's really super easy to do, and it's totally worth it if you physically cannot get in the building. We don't want to turn anyone away. So does anybody have any questions?
Are you going to be posting the map on the website?
Yes, the map's going to be on the website. We're going to put it on our main Facebook page, which will be shareable for the different departments like the community center or recreation that feel like they would like to share that. Or if you personally want to be, are able to do so, that's great. It's just, the more people that know about it, the easier it is when you're getting there. It will be a long line. We still have a lot of registered voters that have not voted yet. So be prepared and just be happy, and it's going to be a great day. So.
I just want to share that commend Susan for the work that she's put together for this in providing a safe and accessible site for the election, and that encourage our residents to support that effort in safety and accessibility. We had some comments during the August election about that we were doing things to restrict people's ability to vote, and that is not our intent. Our intent is to provide a safe and secure election and protect our workers as well as the public at the site. So.
Thank you.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this past week, I had attended the League of Municipalities annual conference. It was a great opportunity to meet with other mayors, village presidents, city council members, and village board members. Doesn't matter whether you're a small community of 300 up to the city of Milwaukee. Everybody's kind of dealing with the same issues. There's lots of positive within each community, but there is also some issues to be dealt with each community, and we're all going through it together. On Friday, the mayor of Milwaukee was on a panel with the mayor of Washburn. So you're talking million to 2,200, I think it is, for Washburn. So, but again, as they're talking, the similarities are just just amazing. So keynote speaker for Thursday was Matt LePay, so voice of Wisconsin Badgers, so that was exciting. But it was a great opportunity, learned a lot, and it was great talking with other mayors and village presidents on issues that we're all dealing with at this moment, so. Okay, with that, I would look for a motion to adjourn.
You look right at me. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Alder Finkler, second by Alder Rosted. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Everybody good with just rolling right through?
Sure.
Okay. In that case, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Committee of the Whole meeting of Tuesday, October 29th. And if I could have a roll call, please, Susan.
Finkler, here. Hammer.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Motive.
Present.
Reed.
Here.
Roki.
Here.
Rostad.
Here.
Acknowledge this meeting was also posted and noticed according to law.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda, and I would look for a motion for the same.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second the agenda.
Thank you. I have a motion from Alder Finkler and a second from Alder Motive. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved. Included in tonight's packet are committee minutes for file from Hillside Cemetery from 10/14 of '24, HLPC from 9/25 of '24, PFC from 8/28 of '24, and Recreation from 8/12 of '24. And is there anyone signed up for public comment?
There is not.
Okay.
I don't think.
Could I
Yeah.
make a comment? Something I forgot to mention in my mayor's report was the passing of Clara Senhen, who was a longtime member of the cemetery board, I think, 48 years? She was just shy of her 100th birthday, and they were going to present her with a plaque. Clara was an amazing woman, and, you know, she, at 99 years old, full of, her faculties were all intact, and she was just a delightful woman, a spitfire. So she will be sorely missed, so thanks.
Thank you. First item in new business is discussion regarding the Department of Transportation grant for Tower Drive Street project. Matt?
Yeah, so the city received a urban pavement replacement grant from the DOT. This is for the section of Tower Drive from Hamilton Street to Faith Drive. It was originally scheduled for 2025. It is currently slated for 2026, and as a result of this discussion, we may be pushed to 2027. We actually feel that that's a good thing. The longer we can push this out, we still want to get the street. We're still recommending moving forward with the grant process, but this street is in better shape, and the longer we can push it out, it buys us more years of good pavement once the project's completed. The challenge with the grant process is we don't get to use Rooker Milky. The DOT requires us to do and you can't use your in-house or your contracted engineering firm. It has to be put out in a quality-based selection process. And once we've selected a vendor, the DOT then negotiates with that vendor on our behalf. Their negotiations at this point have resulted in a significant increase in design costs, which the city's portion that we would be responsible for is an additional $86,000, a little over $86,000. It's not ideal, it's not great, but at the same time, we don't want to, I'm not recommending that we walk away from 80% of $700,000 towards a street that if we had to do on our own would impact our ability to move forward with the rest of our street repair program. So again, this is grants are great. There are challenges that come with them. This is one of those, but I'm looking for direction and letting the DOT know that we are comfortable with this increase and moving forward with the grant process.
Anybody have any questions? Alder Rasted?
Like, DOT projects, like, we're on their time frame. So they say we get pushed back, but what if we get bumped back forward? Is there a chance we get bumped back forward?
Not likely in this case because we don't have a contract in place. The engineering firm has not been able to do a wetland delineation, and you're running into very little remaining time. By the time the DOT gets a contract to us, we go through COW and council and then get that back to the vendor. They're going to be outside of the window to do a wetland delineation for this year, most likely. So that, I mean, there are steps in the process that have to be completed, and so some of that is time sensitive.
And then is this a complete reconstruction or just a repaving? Like infrastructure, I mean, that way?
I believe, I'm not going to guess. I can get back to you with that information. I know that there is some sidewalk that's being added as a result of this project. I don't know if there are utilities being replaced or not.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Is everybody comfortable moving this forward? Okay, thank you.
Well, and so one of my questions is, do I get back to the DOT and say, we're good? Or do I wait until council in 3 weeks before giving the DOT that go-ahead?
Alder Finkler?
I'm good with go ahead now. I think we're foolish to leave that much money on the table.
I second that, yeah.
And so the next thing I envision coming back would be that contract once we have it from the DOT. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item under new business is consideration and discussion of recent request for services, electrical, internment, lawn service, HVAC, plumbing, tree services, cleaning.
So requests for services were sent out for those identified areas for 2025 and 2026. In your I'm sorry? Yep. I'm not seeing it here.
No, I just see that it's noted.
Well, this is unfortunate and will have to be placed on the November 19th meeting. So I'm not going to ask that you're going to review this or do anything. It was going to need to come to the November 19th for council, and maybe we do a special cow and council to knock it out that night. So sorry about that.
Okay. Next item is consider Class B beer and Class B liquor license for Hachi Hachi Sushi and Hibachi alcohol license application.
Can I ask a question before we get into motion on this?
It's cow, there's no motion.
Oh, yeah. Just, I was trying to follow procedure. Previously, this council had recommended that when we're doing licenses, you just bring them to council if everything's checked off on the list. And so my question is why are we looking at this in cow?
I didn't think it was for liquor licenses, because we have a limited amount, I thought.
That was
This is new, it's not renewal.
bartending licenses.
Operators licenses just come to me,
Yeah.
and then they go,
Yeah.
if nothing's,
And chicken licenses.
And chicken licenses.
Licenses.
but those come directly to me, and if there's no problems, then I issue them.
Okay.
Whereas we had been bringing the alcohol license for the bars, just like we do in the spring, or late summer, or early summer. We bring it all to COW and then bring it to council. So
Is that
that would be something we would have to change via ordinance.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's something we should change at some point.
Okay. Alder Reed?
So I like that they still come to us, especially for new business. And my question is, how many licenses would be left after this one, assuming it's approved?
2 or 3. Because we have lost a few too, so they're kind of taking, because the Blanca store took the place of La Latina, and this one's taking one of the 3 I had left, I think. I'd have to get back to you on that, but.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, when it came up for, I think the last time it was 3 left, so we probably have 2 left after this. So, okay, so, and maybe this is a question for another time when we get down to 1 or none left, but are we going to strategically think about liquor licenses as we're talking about revitalizing the downtown or trying to get more businesses in? I guess I'm just worried we're gonna be trying to improve the downtown, and not that we need more bars, but like, restaurants or anything like that, we're really gonna be in a pickle, I think. There's not really an answer, like,
It's based on population, so I know we have a chart within the system.
Right.
So I'll have to look, I can look at that too and give you guys an update as part of the development discussion.
Okay.
But it is based on population and growth. So when the population goes up, it gets us closer to that mark to getting another license.
But that license is one of the reserve licenses, one of the $10,000 licenses, as opposed to a regular one. You raise a very interesting question, and actually a good question. The problem is that if a person is applying for a liquor license and they meet all the criteria, it's hard to deny. Having said that, there was a situation in the city of Columbus a few years ago where a out-of-business establishment grabbed up, maintained its liquor license with consent of the council so that it could sell its, so the bank came in and was in foreclosure, and they took out the license so that when they sold the building, they could get rid of the license and transfer it to the person who bought the building. And this council, of which maybe Trina remembers and maybe she doesn't, well, I know you were here, but whether you remember or not, wrestled with that whole concept because it was kind of a,
Situation?
thank you. Not the words I was going to use, but yes. So those are some of the things that may happen, but you raise a very good point, but it's really difficult to not grant a license just because you don't want to. And then it's also, once it is granted, it's really difficult to, I mean, you have to have grounds to take it away. So it's a very good conversation, and it's a very good question.
Yeah, just for adding on to that, I do very much remember that situation. And yes, we got to the point where we had used the reserve license where someone paid, I guess, the $10,000 for it. And then we were starting to look to other towns within a couple of miles to see if anyone had an extra license that we could buy.
Which is also an option.
So given that it's hard to say no if they qualify and hard to revoke once they have one, we do have to answer this question on this license. Is everybody comfortable moving this forward for a vote? Okay. That just leaves convening to closed session, so I'm looking for a motion to convene to closed session.
He is resurfaced, and they did have some curb work, but it does not have facilities on that project. It's the Dalton project.
Got it.
It's resurfaced.
Okay. Thank you.
Aldermotive will make a motion to move to closed session under 19851E, stats for deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. specifically to discuss 103 North Ludington.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion from Alder Motif and a second from Alder Finkler. Is there any discussion? Alder Lawson? Oh, okay. Hearing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Reed,
Aye.
Rosted,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Relke,
Aye.
Finkler. Aye. Hammer,
Aye.
Motive.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, we are in closed session. We will not be coming back to the air tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night.